Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my loves. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day, y'all. The middle of your week. You're almost there to the end of the week. It's for your weekend to start and relax. I'm fell in love with Carly. And yes, this is my 5-second rule. And it goes as follows. You'll catch me here Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock in the morning for 5 minutes at a time. And I look forward to seeing you guys every 5 days a week at 5 o'clock in the morning. Today's topic is rejection is your protection once again. And I told you a story yesterday about a friend of mine who had me um, at her house. We were chilling, kicking it, doing what we do. And she decided that she had to go make a run, go do something. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, we've been friends forever. So if you didn't hear that story about how her rejection of that, like, oh, well, I have something to do real quick, but I'll be back. You can stay here until I get back, and then we can go do whatever if there's time. And I went to the bowling alley to meet with friends. And ended up on a high speed chase down some major roads, freeway and all, right? And so that rejection was my protection, right? So this morning, this comes on the back of one of my favorite stories is about Joseph. Uh, if you guys have heard of that or even heard of the play, Joseph and his coat of many colors, the dreamer is what they called him. He was the dreamer, but his dreams and his gifts helped to keep him protected at a time that his family rejected him. Um, let's go here. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Joseph. I believe his dad's name was Abraham. If I'm not right with that part, it's okay because I know what I'm talking about. So let me say, um, Joseph was one of many brothers, and his brothers were jealous of him. So they took Joseph because he was the favorite from the father, and the father made him this beautiful coat, all the finest linen and the silks, and with all these beautiful royal rich colors on it. And the brothers got mad because dad made it for Joseph. So they took Joseph and they kidnapped him and they hid him. And then they decided, let's go sell him into slavery. So they took Joseph with his coat and they took his coat and they sold their own brother into slavery, um, and got money for him. Then went back with the coat and said, oh my God, I don't know what happened to Joseph. I think he's dead. The lion ate him. Something happened to Joseph, right? So I rejected him and sent him into slavery. And while Joseph was in slavery, his gifts made room for him. So he became the king's favorite because of these dreams that he had. And because of his dreams, he saved the nation from famine. So they gathered and they did what they had to do to save themselves from famine in Egypt, right? So what happened is one day, um, um, the whole land was in famine. Nobody had food except for where Joseph was, where he found favor. Joseph ended up being the king. Can I say that? He ended up ruling over many after the family rejected him and threw him into slavery and just treated him horribly. He ended up being king of this nation and he ended up saving his family. They had to go to him to survive, to eat. They had to bow at the foot of the king of the very person they sold. They rejected. They needed him. They needed his gifts to save his life and theirs as well. So imagine if you're over here feeling destitute, excuse me, you'd feel left alone, rejected, neglected. Family member just took you and threw you away, thrown you to slavery, got the money for you. Now you over here, like, why am I here, Lord? And I love you the most. Understand that that rejection, that neglection, was to build you into this bigger, beautiful, more beautiful person. And had Joseph stayed with the dad and his finest linens and all the ways that he spoiled him, and the brothers kind of just did the same thing, he may have just been a spoiled brat. He might have just been a regular, whatever they were doing. But due to them taking him into a place that was his promised land, he saved his whole nation. He was able to save his family and the families. And he became something so powerful because of those gifts that our Creator had given to him. The chosen. He was the chosen all the while. I was talking to my mother the other day, and some of you may know that I've had a really strange relationship with my mom. I speak openly about it. And I had a conversation with her. And it was so beautiful in that moment that she was so open about my gifts, who I am, what I do, and how I wish I could have known what to do to help cultivate you guys. But she was talking to me when you were a child. Because maybe if I had done things differently, I could have anchored you in the right direction. And you could have got to where you were going way sooner. And before I could tell her that what she did was what she was supposed to do, is what she was designed to do, my daughter said, "No, Mimi, if you had to change anything in her life, it could have changed who she is today." She said, it could have changed who she is today if you had changed how you treated her in the past. So no, Mimi, you did it the right way. And that's the answer I was going to give her. Then she said later, the same day, you know, the ones that are chosen have it the hardest. And in that moment, I knew that she knew. And I just looked at her and I just nodded. Because in all my years, I never thought she saw me. But in that moment, I understood that she understood. So with that being said, your protection is your rejection, that rejection. All those years, I said, I didn't find myself complacent because the rejection said, I'm just going to keep going. Because God, it's got to be something about me. It's got to be something about me that's so powerful. Even as a kid, that's so powerful that I would be glad that I had to bear something different. And so I embraced it and I said, okay, well, if my village don't know what to do with me, you do. Show me the way. Whatever you tell me to do, I do it. However you ask me to do it, I'll do it. Because you will never leave me nor forsake me. That would have to be my choice. And the way that you love on me, I ain't gonna do it. So embrace your rejection. Understand it's your protection that you're chosen. And it's something big about you. It's something big about you. All you got to do is walk in it. Whether you understand it or not. Blind faith wouldn't be blind if you knew where the hell you were going. That's my 5-second rule for you today. I am fell in love with Carly. And you guys have a wonderful day. I love you. Now go ahead and love yourselves. Don't forget to share the lives. Don't forget to vote for me because that is still something that's my passion. I love cooking and I am your favorite chef. So listen, go ahead, hit that button in the description to vote for me. It's free. And share my link with your friends and family members. I promise you and I promise me that you don't want to miss this. Have a wonderful day.